Hello, hello. This is Chris Park from Arcane Games here with a very brief update for you. I said that this week I would show some combat with squads, and I do have that for you in a early sausage hot dog uh, sort of form. But I also have some other visual things to show off. And generally, this is just a work in progress sort of video. So as you can see here, we have squads again. This should look pretty familiar if you've seen past videos. This is the actual game, though, rather than a mock-up. And one of the interesting things I've done, instead of being able to click individual ships, in the little squads like this, it's especially if you have a bunch of squads all hanging out together, it's too hard to tell where exactly those are. And so instead, select the ring. And one of the things that you may notice is that we have two different player colors here. In the last video that I did, I noted that there were two different team colors, or two different human players on this one planet, each with their own home command station, or sorry, space dock and home command station. Um, but you couldn't tell them apart. Now you can tell them apart not only with their icon color, but also with their contrail color. Um, this is also using the newer ship graphics by Blue. She showed you some stuff that was too high polygon to use. Well, we're now using those, and we're using what's called LODs to make it so that they get more detailed when they're close to the screen, and they have incredibly little detail when they're far away from the screen. So it keeps our batch numbers quite low without um, um, overburdening the system. The batch numbers up there in the corner are actually a little bit higher than they otherwise would be because of these kind of tempy sort of buildings which don't batch at all. So um, the other thing that you can see now is that the actual wormholes here, let's see, I'm on Molar right now. So these are all just, I think, famous scientists' last names, Keith pulled. So you can click and see different AI planets. So you can see these are their guard posts. Good grief, that's a lot of guard posts on there. Um, and so if I go back through Molar, it's control clicking just like it used to be. First AI wave came. So check out those guys, how they move. Isn't that pretty wicked? And I can actually, tell what's going on. Now, there's not even health bars yet, but I can see, okay, there's 4 squads here, and you can see the individual ships are exploding within that. Now, you'll notice the same problem from the last video of the shots disappear prematurely. They need to finish showing the kind of replay, essentially, of what happened before they actually terminate. And so that's the extrapolation that needs to happen as they are doing linear interpolation between their positions. Not a big deal. There's also, this is showing up way too big on the screen, but it's looking pretty good as we go through here. These are doing billboarding effects of the gimbals. You'll notice you can select your own, and in this case, the allied ships as well, but you can't select the enemy ones. Oh, let's see if I can get in here real quick. You'll notice the AI fighters are different as well. They've got this kind of, whoopsies, there went that one. They've got this kind of little, I don't even know what to, oh, well, they're dead. Let's have some more, shall we? Um, and you can actually tell here, okay, so we've got 100 enemy ships, 10 squads, 20 player ships, 6 squads. Why is it that those numbers? Partly because these things are 1 ship, 1 squad there. And well, that's an interesting issue. Oh, I know what's up with that. It's because I'm throttling. That's hilarious. It's because I'm throttling the the number of updates that are possible per. Well, actually, no, that's not what that is. That must be some sort of indecisive bug on where it's getting. So never mind. I retract what I said a minute ago. Anyway, you can now see the little kind of caps on the back of these. So they're like the regular human fighters, but then they've got these caps on the back and these like wires that are going into. It's kind of neat, like they've been taken over by these extra AI bits. At any rate, so there's those. Um, the actual colors of stuff on the ships themselves will be something. Let's adding some more metal. Let's see if our space docks can crank anything out or not. Obviously, there's no health bars on here right now, although it is tracking that as it's destroying the ships. I just love watching these guys move as they uh, move. Switching into kind of an attack formation turns out not to be needed. What do you know? Because they have this kind of weird matrix-like looking movement pattern to them when they do this. The this is running still at 150 frames a second or whatever, but gosh, this one is just freaking out for some reason. But at any rate, it really could be vastly more efficient than it presently is. The we'll be able to show health bars and here comes some more matrix guys moving. I just love it. That was, just kind of an emergent effect. Like I wasn't trying to make them do that, but um, as a side effect of something else I was doing, that happens. Yeah, you're really seeing how the hot dog is made here. Obviously, there's some funny visual glitches all throughout this, but that's just kind of because I was really up until the moment of making this video working on it. But I've got a date night tonight with my wife, and she would not be terribly pleased if I broke that, um, or was late at any rate to continue working on this. So there's a lot of little visual polish things that I'll honestly um, fix up, probably next week. Um, there were a lot of underlying things, like we've got the bunch of different space boxes, bunch of different planets. That's back to here again. Um, bunch of different. Um, show me some really cool ones. Ooh. Strup. Let's see. I think I've been to Thalheim. Been to Holzman. So there's just a whole bunch of different. Been to Molar, but yeah, that's our home planet. Abitspool. Well, that's very bluish also. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me restart with the new galaxy, and we'll see some other things. Anyway, there's been a lot of figuring out of stuff on just how efficiently to make the colors go to the different um, um, pieces of like the gimbal and the trails, and I'm actually going to make it start going to the emissive parts of the individual ship textures too. I'm pleased that I figured out a way to do that. Vitter. Whoa, this place is cool. Kimini, Finn, Aner, Lions. A lot of interesting places. I was seeing some even cooler ones. Um, just in earlier testing, go figure that now I don't see quite as neat of ones as I was seeing before. Um, oops. Obviously, it does not highlight on the wormhole as it's supposed to. Later on, another minor thing. Keith's been working on networking, and I've been doing various kind of. Here's one with thunderstorms, like that. Um, this is a fun home planet to be at. It's all dark and then thunderstorms constantly. And if you want to work on it, up in this sort of area, then you can do so. Oh, I forgot to say, like the movement orders and stuff are in place. So here I am, ordering guys around. Let's go over here now. That sort of thing. Um, we switched over to using Rewired now, so that everything is um, controllable with hotkeys that can be remapped and everything here. Mouse, 3 different keyboard keys. You can do key combinations, all that jazz. This is ugly as can be, but that's kind of the Rewired standard thing. Various other settings and GUI type stuff that we've been working on. Let's have a wave come on in here. Bang, bang, bang. These guys are all shooting. I can select them and say, hey, come on over this way. They don't want to go because they're in free roaming defender mode. And so they're like, nah, we're going to stay right here right now. They're kind of forced into free roaming defender mode right now, whereas later they won't be. Ingals. So, I like this one too. It's just interesting the kind of character of each of these different games. There's a lot of darker ones. That's cool. It's funny how the randomization is working out. If I had a galaxy map that actually would show me useful information, I could find more planets more readily too. It'll actually show you the planet as it looks on the galaxy map, which would be pretty neat. So, boy, a lot of thunderstorms in this particular galaxy. That's really neat. Yeah. So there's been a lot of work that's happened, and there's a lot of things that we can still optimize. Um, we're able to give commands back and forth between this visual front layer and Keith's underlying simulation a lot better. Certain aspects of it perform better. We have, squads in place, but all the visual bells and whistles aren't there. The gimbals are more efficiently billboarding now, although there's clearly still some bugs in there and various jitters and stuff. All of the planets and spacebox randomization is in there now. Wormhole names, planet names. The planet names are being read from a file like AI War 1, so you can set it to be whatever you want. The team colors are also read from an XML file, and you can set a whole bunch of different things about that. Because there's more than just like a diffuse color that gets assigned now when you're talking about a team color. And it has like I said, the flame trails, and which can use different types of materials outright, and it's got different glows and a whole bunch of different things that you can set. So that's actually pretty exciting, because you can really make different looking faction colors. Right now I've got I think 5 different ones, but we'll add more, and of course players can add their own. The glow may be something you find a little bit excessive. I'm starting to feel the same way as well. I've mentioned before that you can turn that off, but I'm going to be looking into a kind of replacement text processor for that. I've got several that I use. Right now I'm using Amplify Bloom, which I really like for some purposes, but in high contrast situations like this, where there's really bright HDR type lights, I'm thinking that maybe something a little subtler might be good. So I may go with Beautify, which is something that will add some extra uh, crispness in general too. So um, that's a cool one. Anyway, so that's the update for right now. I will have more for you next week. And yeah, we are almost to the Spire goal, which is really exciting. So um, I'll show you more ships and squad stuff and clearer graphics that don't have some of the glitches from this week next week. I don't know if I will have time to get together any Spirecraft graphics or not. We're looking at doing some subsurface scattering with those, and I want to see if I can do that in an efficient manner to make it look like they kind of glow from within, but without being like an overglow. So that would be pretty cool if we can do that. Kind of like a translucent rock, basically, which fits with the lore history of the Spire. Um, anyway, thanks for watching, and I will have another update for you next week, and Keith will have an update for you on the Nemesis probably on Monday, because I think we're going to be heading towards that goal probably starting tomorrow. So thanks, and have a great weekend.